The New York Jets are absolutely loaded at the running back position, and other teams are starting to take note. Let's take a look at a trade rumor surrounding Izzy 𝐅𝐑𝐿𝐵𝐾.
Jets!
All right, boys and girls, I'm excited to get into this one. We're talking a little trade, drama llama news revolving around our running back because we are loaded at the position. Breece Hall should be pick 1 in your fantasy draft. Threw some money on him being Offensive Player of the Year. Mr. 2K yards coming in this year, if I do say so myself. We also got Braylon Allen and Isaiah Davis, who we drafted this year, and it sounds like Izzy 𝐅𝐑𝐿𝐵𝐾 might be on the way out, potentially. And if you had asked me prior to training camp, I would have said, I don't think Izzy's making this roster. And then even going through the beginning parts of training camp, Tarik Cohen looked pretty damn good. And then he up and retires. So then I'm thinking, all right, well, Izzy's got a shot right now. And the last 2 preseason games, Izzy's looked pretty good. So good, in fact, that teams are starting to poke around, or at least articles are being written about Izzy and potentially being in some trade rumors. So I want to discuss that. And without further ado, let's head into it. But if you guys haven't done so already, I just dropped the new co-pilot line over on the website, jetstalk.com. So if you want to support the channel, feel free to head over there and get yourself some gear. But let's pop into the Izzy conversation. This coming by way of Pro Football Network. 6 trade options at running back for the Cowboys to pursue ahead of cutdown day. So you scroll all the way down here and you get Mr. Israel Abanikanda. The New York Jets seemingly taking the opposite approach than the Cowboys and used this offseason to collect multiple quality running backs with a group headlined by Breece Hall, followed by rookie Braylon Allen and Isaiah Davis. The Jets can afford to ship off Israel Abanikanda if they so choose. If New York is interested in doing so, Dallas would be eager to discuss, as 𝐅𝐿𝐵𝐾 would almost instantly be the best running back on the roster. The second-year running back had a stellar preseason, finishing with 21 carries, 129 yards, and 6.1 yards per carry with 2 touchdowns. Izzy has been a freak this preseason, and it is kind of weird to see him being like the potential best running back on someone's roster when he's like 4th on our list. It is a little crazy to see it, but it just goes to show you just how good of a job Joe Douglas has done at loading up this position. It goes on to say, in most cases, a player of this caliber on a rookie deal like this wouldn't ever see the light of day on the trade wire. However, the Jets have an embarrassment of riches at the spot and could potentially fetch a 4th-round pick or better for a player they used a 5th-round pick to draft just last season. So that last line there is what has me oh so excited, because the Jets used a 5th-round pick on Izzy. And if you were to ask me, what would I be willing to trade, or what would I be willing to get in return for Izzy? Because it's less likely you're going to get an impact player for him, and you're probably looking at a draft pick. I probably would have said, look, you got to at least get the 5th-round pick back. I don't really feel like trading him for a 6th or a 7th or a late-round pick swap or whatever, just to save some salary cap space. But a 4th-round pick or better for Izzy? I'm like tickled pink with all our other running backs. If you're telling me I could get a pick that might be able to be used in a trade to get like a Devontae Adams or some other player here at the deadline for Izzy, I'm on board with this. And that's not to say anything really bad about Izzy. He's just stuck behind a bunch of really good running backs. And if I'm being honest, if we have the 3 running backs in front of him, Breece Hall, Isaiah Davis, and Braylon Allen, healthy, I don't think Izzy's going to be an active player on our roster come game day. I think they would rather elevate another player from the practice squad or get an extra offensive lineman or defensive lineman in there. I don't think Izzy's going to be active on game day. So if that pick could be parlayed into either an asset to add a new 4-year player onto our team next offseason, or to flip that pick for a player that can help us for this year, I really like that. I am totally on board with moving Izzy for that kind of compensation. A 4th-round pick or better, I would probably be all right with a 5th-round pick given what we'd how good of the players are in front of him. But Izzy's still a home run threat, and we don't really have his style of threatiness. I don't know if that's the right way to say that. I mean, look, Breece glides across the floor. Braylon Allen's faster than people give him credit for, and I did not realize how fast Isaiah Davis was. But Izzy just has that extra gear that is very impressive when he gets into the open field, and he's looked good this offseason. So can you flip that into a draft pick? There's some argument to be made that the Jets kept playing him and feeding him the ball. He had one more He had one less carry this preseason than he had all of last year's regular season. I'm pretty sure I have that stat correct. Insane. That tells me they were probably trying to showcase him because you know what you have in Izzy. You've seen him in training camp. You've seen him in practice, dating back to last year. Why would you continue to kind of run him nonstop in these late preseason games if it wasn't to try and show off some of his ability? So I think there is an argument to move on from Izzy. I want to hear from you guys. Do you think the Jets do move on from Izzy? Do you think there's any legs to the trade rumors to the Dallas Cowboys? What would you want back in a trade? Let me know in the comment section down below. Leave a green heart down below if you made it to the end of this video. And as always, go Jets.